On Wednesday, President Joe Biden and Chinese leader Xi Jinping met near San Francisco during a summit aimed at steadying relations between the world's two leading powers.
I just concluded several hours of meetings with President Xi, and I believe they were some of the most constructive and productive discussions we've had.
The meeting is the first time the two leaders spoke since February and comes as tensions grew between the U.S. and China.
The proximate cause for the downward spike in tensions were the suspected Chinese surveillance balloon and then disputes over China's support for Russia in its war in Ukraine. But that just really etched out what was already a pretty deep level of distrust between Washington and Beijing. Being able to pull off a meeting that set a more positive tone was about the best outcome for both sides.
Biden and Xi held 4 hours of talks at a secluded estate just north of Silicon Valley. They had lunch together and took a walk in the wooded grounds. Biden and Xi reached several agreements during the meeting.
One was on resuming contacts between the militaries. They reached an agreement on combating fentanyl trafficking. They also agreed to start a dialogue over the risks of artificial intelligence. These three agreements, while not earth-shattering, do help to give both governments, with a lot of distrust of each other, something more positive to talk about.
For Beijing, the meeting came as the Chinese economy is struggling and the government is looking for ways to restore foreign investor confidence.
作为世界上最重要的双边关系，中美关系要放在世界百年变局加速演进这个大背景下来思考和谋划，为两国人民带来福祉，为人类进步展现担当。
Biden said restoring direct communication between the two leaders was important progress.
In the months ahead, we're going to continue to preserve and pursue high-level diplomacy at the PRC in both directions to keep the lines of communication open, including between President Xi and me. He and I agreed that each one of us could pick up the phone, call directly, and would be heard immediately.
The results of the summit are likely to be quickly tested by the US and China's deep differences, including over the Israel-Hamas war, the Chinese Navy's harassment of ships in the disputed South China Sea, and upcoming elections in Taiwan.
The broader takeaways are that this is probably the most positive sounding meeting that President Biden and Xi Jinping have had. They have the two largest economies in the world. They have the best equipped militaries, and they are seeing their interests diverge over the shape of the global order right now. So being able to work out tensions and make sure that they don't actually veer into a hot conflict is important for both and for countries in the region and probably the rest of the world as well.